Welcome to a wild deck tech on EVIL Shaman. EVIL Shaman is a deck which drops big undercosted minions early in the game. Being big and undercosted, these minions are difficult for your opponent to deal with on curve and close out the game very quickly. There have been a number of versions of EVIL Shaman since Genn Greymane was introduced in the Witchwood set. The deck has seen a number of iterations, including versions which ran the Jade package or Overload synergies. The version which has gained popularity in the past few months is built around Totem synergies and is an aggro deck which fights to control the board between turns 1 to 3 and then starts playing its haymakers from turn 4 and can close games very quickly from there. So let's look at the deck. This version of EVIL Shaman would cost you 6,940 arcane dust to craft from nothing and is comprised of 17 minions, 11 spells and 2 weapons. I don't know the creator of this deck list, so I cannot credit them for it. I picked the list up from HS Replay. If you're not familiar with HS Replay, it is a fantastic resource for deck lists and data. I'll include a link to their website in the description below. I will also include the full deck list and deck code. So let's get into the cards. Genn Greymane is not a strong minion in himself. He is in the deck and makes the deck possible thanks to his ability, which reduces the cost of your hero power to 1 mana, so long as you start the game with only even costed cards in your deck. The reduced cost hero power allows us to flood the board with totems very efficiently. The deck then utilises these totems to great effect as the game goes on. The given card restriction allows us to play Murkspark Eel, a 2 mana 2/3 with Battle Cry, deal 2 damage. Murkspark Eel is a fantastic card which often wins board control on turn 2 and allows us to snowball the game from there. I cannot understate how important it is in this deck to win board control early. Even Shaman can snowball a game once it has board control and will often lose games in which it doesn't. In the late game, Murkspark Eel's Battle Cry can also go face and can steal you some games that you otherwise wouldn't have won. Continuing with the totem theme, we have EVIL Totem and Totem Golem. EVIL Totem is a 2 mana 0/2 minion which gives you lackeys, which are generally fantastic minions, and further fill our board with small bodies that you can take advantage of. Totem Golem is a 2 mana 3/4 with Overload 1. It is another minion which gives you a commanding board presence in the early game. Splitting Axe is a 4 mana 3/2 weapon with Battle Cry summon copies of your totems. This card plays a lot better than it looks. It gives you a wide board of totems very quickly, which really enables some of the synergies within this deck. The most obvious of which are Totemic Might and Totemic Surge. Both are 0 mana spells which buff your totems, Totemic Might giving +2 health and Totemic Surge giving +2 attack. These spells allow your totems to wrestle control of the early game, keeping them alive thanks to their increased health, and close games with their increased attack. With the right board, Totemic Might can be one of the best finishes in the deck, and playing 2 of them after a splitting axe can lead to some free wins. But if we don't draw these spells, we still have synergies to take advantage of the number of totems that we generate. Thing from Below is a 5/5 with Taunt. Its starting cost is 6 mana, but it is reduced by 1 for each totem we have summoned already. This often costs 0 to 2 mana by turn 4. Draenei Totemcarver is a 4 mana 4/4 with Battle Cry, gain +1/+1 for each totem you control. This can easily be a 6/6, 7/7, or even an 8/8 by turn 4. These undercosted fatties can close games very quickly if unchecked. In the same vein, we play Flamewreathed Faceless, a 4 mana 7/7 with Overload 2. He is a big boy, but we have to be careful not to play him into hard removal or an unsummon from a rogue, because the loss of tempo from Overload 2 can be backbreaking against us. We also have further payoffs for building wide boards of totems and lackeys. Sea Giant is an 8/8 for 10 mana, which costs 1 less for each minion on the board. It can cost as little as 0 mana on a cluttered board and can swing games in our favour. Vessina is a fantastic finisher, potentially giving +12 attack across a board of 6 minions, and can end the game from nowhere at times. Sometimes, though, you are going to lose the game, and you just got to go for a Hail Mary. The Stormbringer is our Hail Mary. In a game where you're about to lose, transforming a board full of lackeys and totems into random legendary minions can win us unwinnable games, or it cannot, and we just lose. But that's okay, because we're going to lose those games anyway. EVIL Shaman also has some fantastic interaction to help us win games. Devolve can wreck your opponent's plans, disrupt their synergy, and when played at the right time, it can be game winning. Against Handbuff Paladin, it just deletes their magnetic minions. It completely turns off death rattles. It allows us to win early boards or removes taunts for game-winning attacks. Maelstrom Portal is another way we win the early board, and when played with a Squallhunter, it can be a substantial board clear. Crackle is our reach to deal that last bit of damage to the opponent, and can also be targeted removal in a pinch. The variance on this card can be frustrating at times, but its potential makes it a must include. That completes today's deck tech. Tune into my next video and we'll get into some games to see how it plays out. Thanks for watching.